So, we're back at the main ship, and I've realised we have another problem. This is not as bad as the last one, but it is going to be an issue. I thought, oh, we'll have the lander go over and pick up the crew. They'll do a rendezvous and collect them. Sure. Then I realised, oh, the AI controllable ship was the other one. This was not built with that in mind. We would have to leave one person behind. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that at this point. These Kerbals have come too far. They're too high level. And I just feel awful about it. So, what we're going to do is kind of the same we did with the last one, but we could do it more extreme here. We're going to transfer over a pilot, which will be Jeb. Jeb is going to be the one effecting the rescue mission, of course. He's known for being heroic like that. And we're going to have one of our engineers, EVA, and he's going to knock bits off the ship again. We're going to do the same thing we did last time. He's going to pull bits off, but he could pull more off. We're in space. He can detach extra bits we're not going to need. He can detach the big solar panels. He can detach the radiators. He can detach maybe even those external tanks, or at least bits of them. Might keep the batteries if we can. Maybe just get rid of that. Actually, no, we've got to keep the nose cans because they've got fuel in. Yeah, we might leave those, but maybe take the oil tanks off if we can. Like, that sort of thing. He can strip bits off, and what we're going to do, we'll have to leave the docking ports, strip the drills off, that's a heavy bit he can take off. This ship is going to meet the other one in orbit, and it's going to dock to it, and it's going to push them both back to this station. That's the plan. It's going to be tight. I don't know how much fuel we're going to have for this. But we're going to try. If it can do that, I will consider that a bit of a frankly heroic effort on the part of the crew to rescue everybody and bring them all home. So, Gleber, once more you are needed. Once you reinforce the ship, now you shall pull bits of it off to save our fellow crewmen from being stranded in orbit forever. So, we could afford... Oh, shoot. We can't afford to take the solar panels off because I just realised this ship does not have the additional panels. We only put them on so that we could launch the other one under AI commands. So, we can't take so much off of this one either. Well, landing legs, don't need that. Drill, definitely don't need that. We're going to keep the thrusters. Ladder, don't need that. It's keeping her momentum. Okay. When we pull things off, we want to make sure we're moving in the same direction. We are going to have to watch out for the cloud of space junk we're creating. Whoa, 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 whoa. Speaking of. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so I have to be wary of the fact I can't change my direction once I'm going. I don't believe... Yeah, I can't move those... Okay, so I can't detach as much as I thought I could. I guess even under zero gravity conditions. But that's fine. We still stripped a good chunk of the components off. We'll take science modules off. We won't need those. Oh, we could take the big solar panels, but no, we need those. Could even take that scatter off. We never needed that in the end. I will leave that. Right. So stripping off basically every part we don't need because we might need the extra weight. It's not a huge saving, but it is not a nil saving. And it has saved us before. We could actually detach those. Those thrusters were kind of useless in the end. But we won't do that, right. I would consider that weight loaded up. You know what, Clever? You might be needed. We may need an engineer on this trip. You've been so good. You're going to come with us on a rescue mission. It will add a tiny bit of weight, but it's fine. I don't think Kerbals weigh very much at all. We have shit, and we have just shed a load of weight. So, actually, no, we'll transfer you off. We were trying to save weight. We will actually transfer Clever off. We just want to bring as little as we can with us, so just Jeb. Clever, in fact, you can maneuver into one of the 10 capsules. If we can even get you in there, apparently, which... Don't know. Oh, still in that mode. Okay. Transfer crew. Come on. It's always the transfer crew thing that gets us. Come on, there's Kerbal's waiting for us. We're trying to do our rescue here. Look at that little stream of debris coming off. We don't need it anymore. Put her in that bit quite easily, but we're going to need them in the other bit. No, it's still not working. Come on. We're still in that screen, aren't we? Yeah. It just refuses to work sometimes, I swear. Right, you're coming with us, Glober. I can't get it to transfer. I might even do crew transferring into the main bit off screen because it's been such a pain. Right. Guess you're coming with us. Right. You feeling brave, girl? Because you're going to need to be. Jeb's taking the wheel. But he is one hell of a pilot. Right. 125% we are. Okay, we have got pretty good characteristics, actually. 2k delta V. I think that'll be okay. But we are going to have to move the weight of two. Admittedly, one strip down. But we're going to have to move the weight of two landers and dock them back to this craft. Or at least bring them back. It doesn't have to dock them, actually. Right. Quick save. Engage autopilot. Oh, 500 delta V. That probably means we're going to have to do that again on the way back. Oh, that's not a good start. That is a lot of delta V to match planes, more than I thought it would be. If this doesn't work, I won't quick save again. We will instead bring the whole ship. We'll just ditch the lander. We'll bring the whole ship to try and meet it. Or we might actually take the lander with us if we can keep it balanced. Oh! I know what we were going to do. Right, yeah, before we ditch the whole ship like idiots. There's more fuel on board. What am I doing? There's more fuel on board the ship. We've got the, we've still got the... What do you call it? The rear module. The return module has got fuel on board. I forgot it. It's got thrusters. We could fill up from that, and we might as well. That fuel is not going to be needed more than it is now, so... Let's do that instead. Oh, we're already detached. Redock. Redock. Do we really have the fuel to be wasting on that? We'll have to. We'll have to, right. Docking autopilot. Take us back. Sorry about this, YouTube. Turning into quite a cool rescue mission, but we have still having to deal with the same stupid stuff. I keep mostly my own memory. Oh, right. In the words of Robbie Rotten, what are you doing? Get us docked. Okay, right. Slow the mission down temporarily. We'll go back. But we have to make sure we have enough fuel. I know. Apparently it's going to use more than I thought it was. Well, there's the parts we've ditched. It's going to be a little debris ring around the place now to hope we don't smash into any of it. Could we potentially detach this part? If we could somehow detach the rest of the ship from it, that would sure make the return trip a lot more viable feeling, but don't know if we're going to have a way to do that. But at least we'll lose some weight in monopropellant. Going to need a little bit to dock at the far end, but not much. But we are going to have to actually dock the two. We're going to have to connect them together. There is a trick to that, though. We can make that easier on our monopropellant supply, and we will use that trick. And at the very least, both modules will have power. So I'm not going to have to worry about electricity. If anything, I'm worried more about the electricity in the main ship, but the others will be alright for a bit. I really didn't want to be spending 2 minutes of this mission doing this. Alright, come on. We've got a core rescue to do. Get us back. Let's refuel. Maybe we can take one of those radiators off temporarily to make it easier to get at the thing for crew transfer. I'm sure there was a mod for advanced crew transfer. I never used to get where people needed it. This might be why. This is it's a little bit painful. Transferring them as it turns out. Yeah, we could potentially even clear the radiator if we can actually even move it. We could potentially even just clear the radiator over the docking hatches and just make sure we land with that side facing up. Keep it out of the atmosphere. Right. So, I believe it is... I think it's actually exposed, isn't it? It's this tank? No, this one. There we go. It's not much, but it's a little extra fuel. That might be what makes the difference. So, this tank should be fairly empty. Yep. Oh, it is not much, actually. Oh well, we'll still take it. It's not like it's doing any good there. Right. I think that's all the extra we're going to get. I don't think there's any left. There's a little bit of liquid fuel. Why is there liquid fuel in there, but only liquid fuel? What? Oh! That was probably meant to be empty. That probably wasn't meant to be carrying anything at all, and it's refilled. That's why our ratios are off. I knew our ratios for liquid fuel and oxidizer have been off for a while. That one was empty when we first built this craft, and it's got filled up by one of the refueling missions. That's why we keep running, or why we have more oxidizer than we thought we should have. What a weird mystery to be solving at this point in the mission. Back. Take us back. How much Delta V do we have this time? I swear to God, it's exactly as much as we had before. It hasn't even increased. What? Okay, whatever. Whatever. We'll make this work. A hook, crook, or miracle. Right. Line 2 is the target. We are the line 1, I believe. Yeah, or the line. Alright, let's go save a ship. I have absolutely no idea if we're going to make this or not. If we have to do a plane change and it's going to cost that much Delta V, we're never going to make it, but we'll see how it goes. If we, or rather, I should say we're never going to make it if we have to carry 2 ships with that much. Just 1, especially because we'll only be running 1 engine. There's a tiny bit of fuel in the other craft that it will burn, so we'll get a little extra kick. We could maybe strip even more parts off, but I'm not sure there's much we could take. We can maybe take the thrusters off and the monopropellant tanks. We don't have to actually dock with the other craft, we just have to get really near it. But we'll see what we can do. I'd like to have them just in case. And we could potentially even use them. We could use them as to give us a little extra kick. But man, this has turned into more of a crazy mission than I ever thought it would. This was not, I should hasten to add, this was not scripted. I could not, I wish I had the imagination to have scripted this bit. But no, this is, just try to do what we can. Not best igniter, we want to balance the tanks as best we can. Don't know if that'll make much difference, but hey ho. The monopropellant pretty much auto balances itself anyway. Don't tell me you're going to crash us. Okay, I think we're okay. It might be that it's easier to do the burn the other way. Or we can encounter the main ship again in some other way. Or it might be that we just don't use very much fuel in the rest of it and we're still fine. We use less than 1,000 doing all the rest of the maneuvers. But we do have to come back with like twice the weight. I don't know if this is going to work. We could potentially... This is risky as it ever gets. We could have one crewman make the trip on the outside of the ship and just cling onto a ladder for dear life. It's mad, but it is an option. It might do it if it's what we have to do. As long as we burn gently, we might just about get away with that, but... I don't know if we can actually time warp while we're doing that is the only thing. On a planes match... Okay, that little maneuver is very little fuel. Yes, potentially, if we could somehow use like only a couple hundred maybe to get the encounter, this might be doable. I'm really iffy on this. At least if we have both docked together, the main ship only has to come and get one of them, because of course I forget, but like the main ship can come and get them. It will be a pain in the backside to run the maneuver, because it is not built for fine maneuvers. We've seen the ship is very sluggish, even with a bunch of weight shed, by being like 60 ton of lander down, minus whatever fuel's on board as well, or plus whatever fuel's down on board, it might be a lot better. Certainly be less laggy, I'm hoping. So yeah, another potential option is that the main ship comes and gets it. And it has plenty of fuel for that. That is an option. It's just it's going to be such a pain to do. I'm thinking if we can make the lander do it, it'd be so much more easy to manage. And it gives the lander a good send-off, because these landers was basically just going to have to be dumped in orbit. If they can go out rescuing each other, that's... I like that. I like that as an ending. There's 60... Oh, it is low. Actually, that is very low. Maybe we can still do it. If it only takes us about 120 to do this, even with the weight of a second lander, we might... Especially considering it's got a little bit of fuel left. We're burning monopropellant as we get closer. We might just have the capability to do this. But I think it's going to be tight. Because we don't have to dock. We don't have to dock at the other end. We can just spacewalk across, take the data, board the main ship. It's probably going to be a long episode by the time it's done. I might do the return as a separate episode, I think, actually. I think by the time this is... We'll run this to the end of the rescue mission, however it ends. And then we might have to just... like I say, do the return in another episode. I think it might be worthy of a return all in itself. So farewell to Jewel. It's been an adventure, certainly, and it's still so pretty to look at. I mean, look at that. Yeah, only 60. Maybe we'll be okay. It's not burning very much to do this encounter. Might be depending on how much it takes to to re-encounter the main ship. But again, we'll do what we can. And potentially the main ship can come and get them. It's just, again, it's such a pain compared to doing like this. Oh, look at that shot. There's a weird one. I get why it looks like that, but wow. A little bit of Jules Auroras at the top and bottom. Or magnetic storms, or whatever they are. I think Auroras is the right word, right? They are magnetic storms, but they are also Auroras. Aurora Borealis? Oh god, it was Springer that made it so awkward. Skinner. Springer? What am I saying? Who's Springer? Right. Okay. On course. Yeah, and we might shed weight. Once we get to the other ship, we might just ditch the tanks. We'll see how much that'll be we're looking at by the time we've docked. Definitely a little bit of an overshoot there, guys, but that's fine. Okay, move us a little closer. Control from here. We'll have to open the docking port. I believe we closed it on the other ship for the sake of drag, because it was getting so important at that point. No, it is already open. Okay. Don't worry about that. The monopropellant can sort that for us. Disengage. We just need to drift closer for the moment. Quick save. We'll go target minus, just in case we have to quick stop. It should point us away from the other ship. Do that, and then the moment it gets in range, we can target it. 200 meters for individual object targeting or component targeting. Yeah, roughly. It's going to be tied again. Okay. I think we'll be okay. But it's good. If we get the more everything we lose, weight, components, whatever, the better. And again, we might just shed the tanks for the sake of Delta V if we need to. Or at least a quick save, so that's an option. Could get some Thunderbirds music. I was going to say, this does feel a bit International Rescue-esque. Actually, I think Thunderbird 3 even had a docking pod a little bit like that. Alright. Bring it in. We're getting there. I'll time up a little bit while we approach. So it starts to get really close. I'll just a little correct poof. It's actually still burning a very trace amount of RCS. So we're doing very, very fine maneuvers at the moment. We'll also have to remember to shut down one of the engines. That's the thing we can't forget to do. Approaching. Clever and Jeb are on their way, fellas. Almost with you. My god, look how small it looks with all those parts broken off. My god. Oh, we can take the drills off. That's another, actually, yeah, it's probably good that we had Clever here. I mean, they had an engineer anyway, but yeah, we can have Clever strip the drills off that thing and save even more weight. And we will do that because the drills are heavy. At least I think they are. Yeah, we'll have Clever strip the drills and the landing gear off that ship. It's not going to need them anymore. It didn't need the landing gear anyway, but we can actually take them off now. Going to dock. What's the home mod line? Docking with shipyard. Docking with mothership. I can't remember if did they have docking with battle cruiser? I'm actually not sure on that one. They definitely had docking with carrier, but yeah, the docking petals are even just about right, lined up right. Oh, we are on actually. Yeah, actually they should be because they're on the right rotation for that. Is that clearance? Are they going to hit each other? We're supposed to be on like 60 degrees. Probably. Are we going to be okay anyway? Yes, just about. We have 700 Delta V. It's not much. That is really not much. We don't have to do some of the maneuvers, but we do have to do some of them still. So, where you Clever? Clever, it is time for EVA disassembly. Much more? Once more. There are parts we can take off now that neither of these will need, and we will do so because I think we're going to have to. It is lagging again also. Oh, and that weird bug's come up again. I probably need to revert to Probably need to revert the space plane or the space center at this point. Okay. Many a heavy component removed. It still can't separate some bits like the engines. I guess they're too thermally plumbed in, but right, solar panels we can leave. They don't weigh anything much, and they're at least performing some function still. But big bits like the drill were some of the main bits. Okay. Parachutes, can they come off? Yeah. Not going to need those anymore. We've got a dedicated lander. I'm going to break that solar panel with that. I think I'm going to miss it, right? So move these over to here, just in case. Don't know how much parachutes weigh, but we are no longer carrying that extra canvas. An emergency landing on Laythe, however, is no longer an option at all. We make it home now, or they don't, basically. And we've got a lot of crew on board this ship now. As the frame rate slowly dies. Right. RCS, take us up. Goes away from this debris quickly. As well burn some more of it off. Right. Mothership. We did save about 70 Delta V there, which is not a huge amount, but it is a little bit. Oh, I bet the mothership's buried in the core of that debris. GT core, set as target. Save, right. How bad is it? Are we going to immediately find we can't do it? 574. We're going to have 200 to match velocity. That's not good. That's really tight. Seriously, we might have to have the Kerbals do a jump out and match speed with their jetpacks. But we'll do what we can. And we could use the RCS fuel as well. If we've got any left, we can use that up. Right. Oh, what a warp allow. Yay. Acceleration's going well. Craft's not wobbling too much. For an emergency coupling, it seems to be holding. Okay, yeah, this is the low power engine. That's probably for the best. We are certainly down a lot of thrust to weight, but that's fine. We can lose that. I think I'll maybe leave it. I could increase the power of that engine, but I'm worried that the ship will start to flex. And we really, really cannot be wasting fuel flexing. We don't have enough. We simply don't have enough left. This is already going to be so tight. It takes about 60 Delta V again to move us to rendezvous, and we have to do 3 burns at about 60 Delta V each. We should be okay. If it's a lot more than that, it's going to be really close. I'm not sure how well this is going to go, but we have to try. And we're going to be very close. At least if the ship has to come get us, it's going to be pretty close to us. We could even potentially see if we catch up with it. If our maneuver is very close, we could see if it's close enough to, like, catch up to us or something along those lines. But I think we're only going to have about 200 Delta V to do it. I don't know if maneuvers will cost more because we're heavier, or whether they'll still cost the same. It's like it's already taking mass into account, so we should be okay. Oh, I just don't know. I do not know with this one. It's so close. I just don't know what this is going to do. at them. His orbit's right. Let's hide debris for the moment, or question marks even. I guess that's what it counts detached pieces as. So it'll be a couple of fine-tuning maneuvers, I guess. We are still losing monopropellant. That will save us a little extra weight. It's definitely going to be a long one, even without the air return trip. This could be an hour episode easily. But again, I'm okay to have this one be a bit longer. It's kind of the finale, and this has evolved into so much more than I was expecting to be. Well, just having to just do, I guess. Not really saving much Delta V, but burning up the rest of the monopropellant. I guess that doesn't count for much at this point. It's just not heavy enough, I guess. No. No. Stop that immediately. What are you doing? You can't afford to do that. I'm going to have to quick load. I cannot... We're going to have to turn the RCS off. I cannot afford to have it wasting RCS... wasting fuel. It is so tight on the tolerances. We might just have enough as is, but if it's going to waste 60 or 30 just doing that, it's not going to be enough. I think if it does take about 60 or 70 for all 3 burns, and I think it is going to, we could just make it. It's going to be absolutely hairline, and we absolutely did need to ditch all that weight, but... Okay, we're on to the fine-tune point, so yes, that's fine. RCS off. You can't use it. It's going to screw you up, and you're going to miss the maneuver. If it's going to miss maneuvers anyway, I might have to just take over it manually and just use it for long enough to give me the next maneuver, and then I'll do it myself. Because apparently we're at that point now where it is that close. Turn all the lights on at least we'll be able to see what we're doing during this interesting event. One other interesting thing, I don't know how much battery power we've got left on the main craft. So recharging the engine in a hurry is going to be interesting. But we're going to leave the landers behind. I'm not even sure we're capable of docking them back again at this point. Well, no, we're not. Actually, we're just straight up not. The main craft can maybe connect to them, but I'm not even sure it could do that because some of its docking ports no longer have fuel because those central docking thrusters that were meant to be RCS propelled had to be liquid fuel. And of course, we've used all our liquid fuel now because it's been burned up doing this. So we are really running out of options, basically. We have to get them back to the ship with this and the science. But, well, the science could go if we had to, but I'd like to get both. But to bring them back, including the tourist, who I really hope can EV8. Oh, shoot. Jetpacks. How do we... Oh, my God. How do we transfer jetpacks? Oh, no. Yet another thing. We might have to have the main ship dock to the landers. We might have to do that. It maybe can still dock. I don't know, but... Because I just realised, oh, the crew haven't got jetpacks. We weren't equipped. We were taking them off to fit the other stuff on board. I mean, Jebediah and Gleber have jetpacks still, but the rest of the crew don't. And I don't know. I think the jetpacks are too big to... They're too heavy to carry 2? No. Okay, no. They could actually... Yeah, we'll have to have 2 of the crew ferry jetpacks over to the others. Dear God, we're at that point. They're having to manually, like, fetch equipment out of the other ship and bring it over to them. 75. We don't have 375s in that. We have close to that. Oh, I don't know how this is going to work. I think we can get to there and circle res, no problem. It's whether we can then do the next part. Also doesn't help that it was facing the wrong way there and didn't get to the maneuver in time. I'll do. Just cut it. Just cut it. You don't have fuel to be messing with this. You know what? I'm going to disengage that. I'm going to get that maneuver and I'm going to just Tune it back. So we're just barely in a different orbit, because that will still work. That will still do what this is trying to do, and it will bring us... It will change our orbital speed so that we can match up quicker, and I'm going to see if it can make the auto dock work with that. I'm having to manually optimize its maneuvers to make this work. We're at that point. We're at the point where I'm just having to manually tell it, no, you've got to do this. We could ditch more weight at this point, but we're so tight on fuel. There's so little left. This is these. Even if we ditch the extra stuff, this craft is still heavy. It's still 60 tons. The amount of weight we could shed at this point is almost nothing. Like, let's assume it's still about 60 tons. Is that right? How much have we really shed at this point? That's vessel info. 48 tons. Wow. We're down to below 50. We've shed actually a not insignificant amount. I'm impressed, but unfortunately we can't strip off the main tanks. We can't break any more of this. Can we? Could we break it? If we could smash the converter... I don't know how tough it is, but if we could smash the convertitron, we could lose that whole section. I don't think we have a way to do that. But that's something we could consider, potentially trying to somehow break it. Maybe, like, swing round into a bit of dropped something in its... like, drop a component in its path deliberately. Swing into it. How do you engage? Autopilot. Secularizing. No. No. We have to let it do it. I think we run out of fuel. I'm not sure we can do it. We might have to try and get the main ship to rendezvous. Just gonna suck eggs. Okay, if that's what I have to do, well, we'll see what we can do. If it can't make it, we will do that. We will have the main ship catch up. And that's, again, not going to be great, but it is an option. The only thing is, the main ship no longer has a pilot. Oh, the other pilot can't even do it anymore because it's in the wrong place. Hang on. Quick save again. If we orbit for a little while... How close do the closest encounters get? That one's pretty good. Can we do a fine-tuned closest approach to target? Does that work? No, not quite. Do another orbit? Okay, if we do one now. Yes. We'll try that. We'll try that. We'll try diving through. Thank you, Steam. Exactly who that is. We will try that, and we'll see where we get with it. Oh, I'm off. I will very quickly pause recording and see what that is. Yeah, probably going to get a message some more. That's fine. We'll just have to deal with that. So at the moment, we're going to get an encounter. We are going to overshoot, though. I think we're just going to have to get the Kerbals to get out and jump, basically. Maybe even put the others on the ladder. You know what I did say about that? I did say we could potentially have the others board the ladder. Let's try it. Glaber and Jeb are on board already. Bill. Take the data. Oh, do you have a jetpack? No. Can he take the jetpack out of here? He can't do that. He can't transfer. Although we can transfer, can't we? Yeah, we can transfer parts across. I just realised we can have Jeb go through and pass him his jetpack. So Bill will ride on the outside. Do we have any more jetpacks on board? I think Clever has one, right? So Bill, Van Tina, the original two, the brave few, will do that. Dofrod is our junior member. In fact, I think only one of them has to ride on the exterior. I think, yeah, Sidrin. Yeah, we can't. Yeah, Sidrin's our Taurus. We can't risk him on the outside. So the junior members are getting transferred across to the ship. The senior members, once the ship stops rotating, will ride on the outside and will ditch the entire extra ship. Right, we're going to drop it now, because we need it out of the way. How much more Delta V does that give us? Oh, right. $11. Oh my god, it's such a weight saving. Yes. This is a stupid idea. I don't even know if this will work, but we have to try something. This is the only thing I can think of. So, the crew are going to ride on the outside of the ship. So they weigh much less than a... Oh my god, I think it's actually going to work. If we can time warp while we're in the exterior, otherwise it's going to be a painful wait to be in the right place for this mover. But I think we can. And I will absolutely be quick saving before I try this. Right. You two ready? Can't quick save while Kerbals are on a ladder. Execute next node. I'm going to put the thrust limiter down very low indeed. We have to be careful with our acceleration while they're out there, because I don't know how much they can hold on with. But this has hugely increased our Delta V. I think we might even make a rendezvous, because we can do target velocity minus once we get near. And just burn as hard, burn in the other direction until we hopefully match speeds. And then they can jetpack across. And they can go and fetch other jetpacks to send back to the crew that's still on board. Can I not time warp? We can't time warp. But we're... Oh god, how far away is that going to be? 25 minutes. Where I can't time warp. And I don't think we have space on board the ship for anyone else to board. God damn it. And that's a period of time where I feel like I have to try it. It's going to leave us very short for recording the last episode today, but... Is there nothing else we can do? How many crew do we have on board at the moment? We have 4 on board. I don't know if there's anything else we can do. I think we just have to try it. Right. I will get back to you once we have got to the maneuver. Right, we're at the first maneuver. Here we go. Okay, the Kerbals are able to hold on. The acceleration is... steam. The acceleration is slow enough and gentle enough that they can hold on to the outside of the ship. How is our encounter looking? We're miles off. No, we're not. It's there. Okay, 200 meters. Quick save. I can't quick save. If I do engage autopilot... Okay, it will try and match velocities. It's not going to manage it. They are going to have to jetpack across and quickly. But it is going to try it, and I'm okay to let it try. No, hang on. Disengage for now. Point to node. We'll keep that. There's more that could be done. Clever. We're back out again. Wait, do you have your jetpack still? Who's got the jetpack? No, the two on the outside of the jetpacks. One of you an engineer or are you a scientist? Are you an engineer? He is. Okay. You still got your jetpack? Definitely. Where'll that go? Yep. Still got fuel. Okay. Now is the time we can start to ditch everything. One panel will be fine. We'll just keep one. We're so close. We need like 40 Delta V. Tanks gone. Thrusters gone. Don't need them. We could just pull up alongside the ship. Our chances of this working are quite a bit boosted. Why can he not move? Bill, if you glitch now. No. No. He's glitched. I can't control him. No, are you kidding me? I did nothing wrong. I did nothing wrong here. You all saw this. You know what we're going to do? Oh, don't tell me we can't quick save. Quick load. Okay. You know what we're going to do? You all saw what I was trying to do, right? We all know that would have increased the delta V. And I think that would have been enough. It would have been a mad plan. It would have been waiting. But I think it would have worked. But I don't have the patience for Kerbal doing things like that when it's nothing I've done wrong. It's just the game just decides it's not going to work. And it's probably just because we've been running too long. Here's what we do. We turn on infinite fuel. We assume that plan was going to work. I am 100% sure it was going to get us close enough to consider it having worked. So here's what we do. We turn on infinite fuel. We turn the docking autopilot back on. And we just let that do it for us. And there we go. Simple as. I didn't want to cheat like this game. Again, as everyone at home saw, I did everything I could to make that work without cheating. And the game just went, I'm going to throw a glitch at you. Just like, no. Okay, at that point, no. No, I'm not having that. We're just going to take this thing back to the ship with both pieces. With just infinite fuel. It's fine. It's not a big deal at that point. Again, we all saw it was going to work. Or at least it would have been close. I think we could have been like 30 meters a second off. That's enough that a Kerbal can jetpack to make the difference. I know that you can do that on a tank of RCS fuel because I've done it back on Minmus. We might even have done it in this playthrough, I think. And that was in Minmus gravity. That wasn't 0G either. That was with gravity getting in the way and having to thrust upwards and use even more fuel. So yes, I'm going to say that would have worked. We're going to cheat. Just get back to the other ship. I wish I didn't have to do this. I'm just like, I really don't want to do all that again. I can't quick save while they're on the outside of a ladder for whatever reason. They can't time warp. It's probably a technical reason, but no, we'll do this. I think we can even RCS when we've got infinite propellant on. Yeah. Make this easier on everyone, especially in my time schedule, because I'd like to finish this series today. It is 1 o'clock. It's 1 o'clock. I'm normally up till 2, so it's fine. I can finish this today as long as we get this done. But let's do it. Let's bring this to a close and bring the Kerbals home and wrap up the Grand Tour. This episode's already way longer than it's supposed to be. Even accepting that it was meant to be longer than it was, it's already ran for extra time on top of that. This might not quite be how we'd originally planned our mission, but assume, for the sake of narrative, that we're doing everything we were doing last time, and it just didn't randomly decide that my Kerbal was brain dead, unable to control his jetpack. I don't know. We saw we had fuel. I really don't know what happened there, but it just would not respond to the controls. Just like, no. Again, I'm not having that. They're trying so hard, the Kerbals. I'm trying so hard. I was doing everything I could, shed weight. Right on the outside, etc. And it was down to tens of delta V, and not even like high tens. Just like, no, I'm not having the game kill me there after all that. We're just going to make this work. In fact, I'm going to skip ahead. I'm not even going to give it the thing of showing its slow maneuvers. I'm going to skip ahead and we're going to come back when we're at the ship. Alright, we're back. We're nearly there. I'm still using infinite fuel. This is proving trickier than I expected for something that should be really easy. I think it's because MechJeb can't quite cope with infinite fuel. It doesn't really know how to handle it because the weight doesn't adjust properly. And I think it throws the calculations off as well. So we're going to try turning it off now that we're very close. It should only be burning the absolute minimum. But we should be on encounter for a very near rendezvous. And at that point we could start transferring crew across via jetpack. Once they're all on board and the science is on board, we'll call the episode there and we'll do the final... Well, we'll drop these out of the way and then we'll do the final part of the mission, which will be the return trip at last. This went from, you know, oh god, technical bit with landing on Laythe to, oh boy, now we need to do a bit of a crazy, mad rescue to, oh good, the game screwed me over. So, good combination. This has been interesting, to say the least. So lagging now. Oh, it's probably because loads of chunks of debris are getting loaded in and the ship's back. And of course, while we won't have to worry about the extra lag from the landers, that's only once we get rid of them. And most of the parts are still up there. In fact, it might be worse at the moment because all that extra debris is up there. It's a lot of other courses, or directional pass, I guess it has to... Orbital pass, that's the word. Orbital pass it has to calculate. Now, potentially, at this point, it might even be better to split the two off. Like, split the two crafts, balance the field between the two crafts, split them apart from each other, and then have them both fly individually. But that's so finicky at this point, I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to have both of them meet up with it. Do we have any RCS left to speed this up, or have we used it all? We have a little bit left. Speed this up, please. Just use up the last of it if you have to. Oh my god, this has been something. I don't even know what this has been, but this has been something. This has been a trip. This mission. I knew it was going to be hard. I didn't quite expect for it to do some of the stuff it actually did, though. It wasn't even necessarily from a difficulty standpoint sometimes, it was just weirdness. Is that close enough? Yes, I think it is. Close to target plotting intercept. Maybe not. It's going to miss that because it's going to take too long to turn around. What is our current separation? Oh, so they're telling me what it's planning to be, which will be 0. Gauge, yep. Try that again. The problem is I can't see it. I assume it's in that... Wait, is it in that cloud of debris? No, it's over there. Oh, it's 500 meters away. Okay. Yeah, we're very close to it now. Yeah, you can use the RCS then. Oh, that's going to run out in a second. There it goes. That may even have been a mistake. We might be about to overshoot it now. Okay, we're almost there. We are so close now. That is jetpackable. If we had to have a Kerbal jetpack across and relay back jetpacks to the rest of the crew, that's doable, but I'd like to bring the ship closer. We're going to have to relay jetpacks anyway, but we have spares. Well, we don't have spares, but we have all the ones we started with. But that's fine. That's fine. Just make sure we don't hit it. Oh boy, this is wearing on my soul at this point. It's so close. It's just like, just work, please. And it doesn't help that these things are almost as slow as the main ship itself. Which actually moves slightly when I start to time warp. That's interesting. It's a physics quirk, I guess. Physics warp on ×1 because I don't trust it not to move too far if I accelerate any further. You've got loads of power. Just use more. Turn harder. God dang it, MacJeb. I don't care if you think you're going to have time. I don't trust you with this. The SAS is faster than you, definitely. The standard stability assist system. And while MacJeb has saved us many times, it makes things like this possible at all. It has also screwed us up, definitely, in this trip. I've definitely been glad that we know how to do some of this stuff manually. I guess that I know how to do some of this stuff manually. I think it is going to bring us out very close. Which is good. That's exactly what we want. really close, my word. It's going to move a little bit when we drop out of time warp. Okay, hang on. Disengage. Oh, okay, no, engage. Yeah, fine. Yeah, you did get close enough. Okay. Our target velocity down to about 0. I'm going to cut it early. That's fine, 0.1. Right. Quick save. So, who's still got a functioning jetpack? I think Jeb and Gleber have jetpacks that function. Yeah, Jeb. Oh, the lag. Oh, God, there's too much junk floating out here now. Right, go fetch a jetpack. We'll swap it. We'll have him swap his jetpack out. His parachute out for a jetpack. We'll have him relay. How many crew do we have? 4. We need 4 jetpacks bringing across. I'll do 1. I tell you what, I will do 1, and then I will skip ahead to when I have all the crew on board, because it's going to be one of these ones where it's the same thing over and over. No, do not lag. Do not dare crash me at this point. I am tired. I am getting sick of this. Do not crash me at this point. Tell you what, we might even... No, it's okay. It's okay. We'll do this. So. It's too heavy. The jetpack is too heavy. Game gives up. So do I. You want to play it like that? Okay. On the grounds that that's stupid. That is stupid. Jeb could... We all know, right? No one's going to fault me for this. Jeb could get out, pick up a jetpack, and just ferry them over. But because the game itself is dying, because there's too much going on, and because there's some because apparently there's some weird decisions, I guess it weighs too much that you can't carry 2. It's probably a code thing, because they're only meant to be equipped with 2. We're going to cheat again, and we're going to turn on infrared propellant, and we're just going to dock the 2 landers and just unload the crew manually like that. I don't think anyone's going to fault me at this point. Not that we can even... Oh, we might be able to. We've got the RCS thrusters on the top, even for the one that's lost some infinite propellant. Control from here. Close that. Set as target. I'm going to skip ahead. In fact, no, I'm going to call the episode there. You know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get the crew back on board the ship. We'll come back at the start of the next episode ready to do the return trip. I hope you've all enjoyed. I wish I could say I'd had... Well, no, I had fun with this one, but I also had some awful bits. Just like, game, you were so good. You've been so good throughout this whole playthrough, and then you just messed me... Where are you going? That's exactly what I mean. Where are you going? What are you doing? You're going towards the wrong docking port. It's going around this one. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. I will make this work in the meantime. Right. Bye all. Until tomorrow.